Okay, audio test. So, a while back, I built this. It came from the 42065 set. I've built with Lego for all my life, but this was my first Lego I got in Turin. A friend of mine gave it to me for my birthday. So here, well, I'm studying away from my home city, so this is the only these are the only Lego bricks I have here. So I decided to mess around with it, considering that it had 2 motors and an RC receiver. I mean, full remote control right out of the box. So from this, which is a pretty straightforward tank, I tried to make something as complicated as I could. Something that could do as many functions as I could fix into it. So I came up with this. It's really ugly, but it's functional. Meaning that with only 2 motors, I get it to do 4 things basically. So, first function is of course the driving function. So it goes backwards and kind of goes, well, it goes forwards and kind of goes backwards. Okay, so the trick here is that in order to be able to use a claw or something like it, I had to do everything with only 1 motor. So I'm basically overstressing this little M motor for all the things I have to do. And I achieved this by using a clutch I developed using tank treads. This little piece here is the clutch. So when it goes forward, it's moving both the tracks. And when it goes backwards, only 1 track is moving, because this clutch makes it so that this track doesn't engage when the motor is moving backwards. Okay, so it's free to move in this direction, and it's linked to the other track in the backwards direction. So this gives you quite a bit of freedom of motion. I mean, it takes a while to get used to it, but it works. So you want to go forward, you go forward. Want to go backwards? Well, you can't. You can't go straight backwards. You have to go way. You have to do this 180-degree turn. And now you're going backwards to where you were before, but actually you're just going forward. And that's it. Very simple, but quite effective. Now, the other motor is also working double time. And here it is, another M motor, pushed to its limit, I guess. And as you can see, this is both a dozer blade and a claw. But then the claw can also raise up and down. Even here, it takes a little bit getting used to it, because there is no reduction from the motor, so you're getting direct power basically, which is quite annoying sometimes. But if you get your timing right, it's not a big deal. And if you have other pieces like I don't, you can actually build some kind of reduction system. I tried here with a pulley system, but there's no elastic bands in the set, so the ones I had, which are not Lego, they don't really have much of a grip, so it can't really work the robot arm. So that's it basically. What's fun is that I still had a few pieces left. I mean, You might think you'd have to use everything, but there's actually quite a lot of pieces that stay unused, that remain unused. So I made these things, which, I don't know, they kind of add to the set in a way. So this is just something that's really easy to pick up with a claw. Trying not to make a fool of myself, as I just did. Okay, so that's that. And then you can just move it. This is just a basic spindle, I guess. I don't know how you'd call this, but just spins for a while. And then you can go catch it if it's not too hard. So it'll make my life easier. Just leave it here. Open up, grab it, stick it somewhere else. Okay, so the drop down isn't that precise, but it works. It drops it down. And then with the remaining bricks, I made this little guy, which barely stands up. But he's quite cute. It's like a robot. Got an antenna in the back that also acts as a stabilizer. Let me get that straight. And it actually has a few functions, as I'll try to demonstrate. I need both hands for this. Okay, I'll use this as a stand. So here's the robot. And there's a tilting mechanism, let's call it like that. See? Tilts. It's very stupid, but I had fun making it, so there you go. Like, you can play with it by balancing stuff on it. And then you can move it around. Pretend like the robot's moving it, then you tilt it. It's a dumb system, just as efficient as the other bigger robot. Plus, cool things it can do as well. It can sort of hold the remote for the robot. You just stabilize it in the back. Okay, this works most of the time. It's not working now. Okay, there you go. Nope. Lame. Ta-da! So, get this next to your robot. You just pick it up, guy holds down, and you drive the robot. Okay, another cool thing you can do is just throw the spindle around. See, spinning. And then you can stay put and try to grab it. Now let's turn left. Oops. Alright. Now I can bring it back to me as I stay put in my chair. So it's basically a very complicated way to play with a spindle, which It's the name I just decided to call this thing, because it spins. And then you can throw it again. And pick it back up. Ta-da! Now, let me get my cameraman working. This also works as a very shitty tripod stand. Let's see if this works. It's a very delicate balance. Okay, that's good. That's good. I just think it would be nice to show you the clutch mechanism I made. It's true. It's fairly easy access. Just pull this away. There you go. I'm sure there are many ways to make it work better, and the piece choice I made are just limited to the pieces that were in the set. But the main idea is you get these teeth rolling around this outer cage made by tracks around the single wheel, and you can hear it clicking in one way, just like a bicycle clutch, and then the other way it just stops and wants to move the other side of the axle. So these are two separated axles, and one is linked to the other only if the first one is moving in the right direction. So you have the motor that's directly moving one track. The other track is completely free to move in theory. So slip this back in. Oh, and another fun fact, the way I made this, I could decide to reverse the forward direction. Meaning, instead of going forward this way, it's going forward the other way. Which, considering the slight angle I made to the tracks, it actually helps it climb a little better. But it's a marginal improvement. So, let's see. Mount it backwards just for once. No, wait, this is not backwards, is it? Okay, this is backwards. Alright. Slice. Never mind that. I changed the design a couple of times so I can't invert this anymore. I think I'll just cut this side of the tape. Well, that's the idea. A closer look at the chassis makes it for a fun example of different building solutions when you don't have enough bricks. So, as you see, I use these decorative panels as a main link between these cross beams. Okay, so you have this cross beam that has to be very rigidly linked to the other green beams. So that's what I used. I used this little piece here. And Then you have this other main beam structure that basically holds everything together. Battery boxes and the arm to the carriage, well, the chassis. And it's a very sturdy design. I mean, another fun thing, it's easy access to the batteries basically. So fill this pin and you're good. You change the batteries, slide it back in. Clip the pin and that's it. Let me just fix everything back together. Alright,